BTS News Today. The Los Angeles sky that evening radiated a golden-orange hue, as if it too was celebrating a moment destined to be an unforgettable part of music history. Along the road leading to the Dolby Theater, a red carpet stretched out like a special path toward destiny. Camera flashes lit up every step, illuminating the arrival of global superstars attending the prestigious annual awards ceremony that always commands international attention. But tonight, the spotlight felt different. Even before the event began, all eyes had already been drawn to one name: Jungkook, BTS's golden magne, who was rumored to be receiving something more than just a trophy. A formal acknowledgement that he had broken through the limits of global music. The news that Jungkook had been nominated for Best Global Performance had been shaking up the media for weeks. His solo song, released earlier this year, not only topped the Billboard charts, but also broke streaming records in over 100 countries. Yet for Jungkook, this wasn't just about numbers or awards. Tonight was the peak of a long journey filled with sweat, tears, and sacrifice. A journey he shared with his 6 hyungs in BTS. Behind his smile, only those closest to him truly knew how heavy the steps had been to reach this point. Backstage, the atmosphere was tense. Jungkook sat in a seat prepared just for him, wearing a perfectly tailored black suit. His hair was slightly tousled, yet still looked like it could stop time. He lowered his head for a moment, taking a deep breath and exhaling slowly, as if trying to calm the racing heartbeat in his chest. The small earpiece in his ears still played staff instructions, but in his mind there was only one voice echoing over and over. "Kuka, whatever happens tonight, remember, you've already made us proud." It was Jimin's voice, from a call just hours before the event began. In Seoul, the clock read 11 a.m. Park Jimin sat alone in the HYBE practice room, watching the live broadcast on his laptop. He had declined offers to watch with staff or army, wanting to experience this moment privately. To him, this wasn't just an entertainment show. This was history, and with each passing second, his heartbeat seemed to match Jungkook's steps on the red carpet thousands of kilometers away. Meanwhile, in the main hall, the tension rose as the night's presenter began announcing the nominees for Best Global Performance. Big names from various countries were called, applause filling the room. But when the name Jungkook was read out, the venue seemed to shake with thunderous cheers. The camera zoomed in on his face. A faint smile, slightly glistening eyes, and fingers clasped tightly together on his lap. "And the winner is," the presenter's voice seemed to move in slow motion to Jungkook's ears. Everything fell silent except for the pounding of his own heart. Jungkook, BTS. The room erupted in cheers. Flashbulbs went off endlessly as Jungkook rose to his feet, his steps slightly shaky but full of determination. On his way to the stage, his eyes caught the giant screen in the corner of the hall showing live reactions from around the world. There, in one of the small boxes broadcasting from Seoul, he saw Jimin, hands covering his mouth, eyes wide, and tears welling up. Jungkook held the trophy, its weight feeling like more than just gold-plated metal. The microphone stood before him, but for a few seconds, he said nothing. Closing his eyes, he took a deep breath before speaking in a voice that trembled slightly. "First of all, this is for ARMY all over the world, for my family, and for my hyungs. Especially Jimin Hyung." Hearing his name spoken on such a massive international stage, Jimin couldn't hold back his tears. He lowered his head, shoulders trembling, then smiled as he wiped his cheeks. The camera caught the moment, and within minutes, it went viral. The hashtags #ProudOfYou Jungkook and #JiminReaction began trending almost instantly. Jungkook continued, "Hyung, you know very well how often I've felt not good enough. How sometimes I've been afraid my steps were straying too far from all of you. But tonight, I want you to know, I could never have gotten here without your support. Thank you for always believing in me." The hall erupted again. Celebrities from all over the world stood to applaud. But for Jungkook, all that noise faded into one image. Jimin, smiling now and whispering to his screen, "You did it, Kuka, you did it." After the show, Backstage felt like a battlefield of flashing cameras, reporters shouting names, and staff rushing about to coordinate interviews. Jungkook had just stepped off the main stage, still gripping the trophy, as if afraid it might disappear. His hand trembled slightly, whether from the venue's cold air conditioning or the adrenaline that hadn't yet faded, he couldn't tell. A HYBE staff member patted his shoulder, signaling for him to rest before the press conference. Jungkook only nodded, glancing now and then at the phone he held in his other hand. He was waiting, and he knew exactly for whom. In Seoul, Jimin remained in the now-silent practice room. The live broadcast had ended, but his laptop still replayed the moment Jungkook mentioned his name on stage. He smiled faintly, though his eyes turned red again. Taking a deep breath, he closed his eyes, letting his mind wander back to their early BTS days. Nights of late practice, scolding each other, supporting each other, and holding each other up when the world felt too heavy. Jungkook wasn't just a younger brother to him. He was someone he had watched grow, stumble, and rise again countless times that Jimin's phone vibrated. A video call from a number he knew by heart. He answered instantly. The screen lit up with Jungkook's smiling face, hair slightly messy from the photo session, holding the trophy up beside his cheek. "Hyung, we did it," Jungkook said hoarsely, as if holding back something ready to burst from his chest. Jimin chuckled, eyes glassy again. "We? This is you, Kuka. You worked for this. You're the one standing there right now. But I wouldn't be here without you," Jungkook replied quickly. There was a brief pause, the muffled sound of staff calling him for the next interview in the background. Jungkook glanced at them and said, "Wait a moment." He focused back on the screen. "Hyung, I promise this won't be the last peek. One day, we'll stand here together." Jimin covered his mouth, holding back a soft sob. "I'll hold you to that promise, Jungkook." After the call, Jungkook headed into the press conference. Dozens of journalists from all over the world were waiting, cameras ready. Questions flowed about the song-making process, his feelings about winning, future plans. Then, a Korean journalist asked, "You mentioned Jimin in your acceptance speech. Could you tell us more about your relationship?" Jungkook smiled, lowered his gaze for a moment, and answered, "Jimin Hyung. He's the one who has always believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. He once told me I would achieve great things, but I never imagined it would happen like this. He's not just a friend, not just a Hyung, he's family. And tonight, I want the world to know that this award is also his." The statement exploded across social media. Clips of the interview spread across Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, accompanied by thousands of emotional comments. Army from various countries flooded timelines with photos of Jimin watching the broadcast in Seoul, paired with moments of Jungkook on stage. The hashtags #Jungkook and #GoldenMagne trended globally side by side. Meanwhile, in Seoul, hundreds of Army gathered in front of HYBE's building, holding massive banners reading, "We're proud of you, Jungkook, and Jimin Hyung. Thank you for believing in him." The glow of light sticks lit up the night, creating an artificial starry sky to celebrate the victory from afar. The night in Los Angeles continued with a celebration party. Jungkook attended the official banquet with other major artists, chatting with world-famous musicians who praised his performance, some even offering collaboration opportunities. But amidst the noise of the party, Jungkook sought a quieter corner. He took out his phone again, typing a short message to Jimin. "Hyung, I don't feel like staying here too long. I just want to go home and tell you everything in person."